Hello, parents, and thank you for coming to today's community course, Informed Parents Against Cyberbullying. Today's topic is cyberbullying. There have been a number of concerns in our community with our children and our teenagers using the internet inappropriately. One of the issues that is causing alarming concern is cyberbullying. Thanks to your concern and good parenting, we have created the Informed Parents Against Cyberbullying. This is a very important project due to the fact that cyberbullying is very relevant today with the amount of access that our kids have towards technology and the different platforms that they have access to. It is important to have an understanding of the tech that our children are using and how to prevent cyberbullying with those tech. We really appreciate everyone's participation and concern to help their children. This is a 60-minute course with handouts, assessments, PowerPoints, practice situation, lots and lots of group discussion, and lots of time for questions. So basically, let's get started. What I'm going to do is just give an overview of everything that we'll go over, and then we can start our class. So the first thing is the lesson objective. Why are we here? What are the reasons that we feel this class is relevant? What do we need this for? The lesson objective for this project is to leave here with a new understanding of cyberbullying, what it entails, and what are the proper tools that we can have available to us to combat cyberbullying. We want all of you parents to be able to have access to all of those different things. We have 3 major goals today. Our 3 major goals are to assess, educate, and prepare. Assess meaning that we assess you as the parents with your knowledge of what cyberbullying is. What do you know about it? What do you think that it entails? What's everything that you know about cyberbullying as parents? The second thing is to educate you as parents what we know about cyberbullying and fill in the blanks. And the third is prepare you guys with the arsenal that you need to combat cyberbullying and to help you support your kids. So, with a summary of our tasks, let's see. The first thing is, like we talked about, assess. What we'll be doing first is having a group discussion of all the things that we know about cyberbullying. You guys as parents know about cyberbullying. So we'll just have a long discussion of everything that entails cyberbullying, and we'll just write it up on the board, and then we'll discuss it. The second thing that we're going to do is we are going to do a survey, and the survey is popular social media apps and sites. So what it is, right here, it's a big, long list. It's extremely long of different social media venues and apps that our children have access to. And what we're going to do is we are going to individually go down and we're going to see which ones that we know of, that we know our children have access to, that we know that we've used. We're going to do all of that. And then we're going to collectively come together and discuss any surprising information or things that we know or how well we did. The second thing that we're going to do is we are going to do a cyberbullying scenarios handout. So our cyberbullying scenarios handout is 3 scenarios, and they're just 3 scenarios that could potentially happen to your children, and we are going to discuss them, and we are going to decide if they are cyberbullying, what our children should have done in those situations, what we as parents or teachers should have done in those situations, and we are going to collectively come together in a communicative group and discuss those, because this is a network for us. We're creating a network that first of all, you have me and my information, and you have you as parents to also come together and discuss as well. The last thing is to educate. The second thing that we're going to do after assess is educate. So we'll go over everything that I know in our PowerPoint, and I have a lengthy PowerPoint of tons of information regarding what cyberbullying is, the signs of cyberbullying, the laws of cyberbullying, and what laws, like legal laws, are being broken, the frequency of cyberbullying, how is it impacting our children, and also the mental health effects of cyberbullying and why some children cyberbully, because that is also important. Stop! Not a good time! Then after we go over those PowerPoints, we are going to write down our questions on a piece of paper, and then at the end we will discuss the questions and the comments and everything else that we have gathered from those PowerPoints. And then the last step is preparation. The last step is preparation. For you guys as parents, we want to give you the arsenal that you have to combat cyberbullying. We want to give you everything that you need in order to help your children succeed and either prevent cyberbullying or help them transition from dealing with cyberbullying, because it's not an easy thing. So what we'll do is I have a plethora of information, which will include how to prevent cyberbullying, and when cyberbullying happens, what do we do in those situations as parents, and as our children, what can we do in those situations? How do we as our children prevent cyberbullying? How do we as our children prevent cyberbullying, and how do we prevent it as their parents? And then what we'll do is we'll discuss in a group, we'll ask questions, we'll get feedback from other parents. This is an open discussion because there are multiple answers, and discussion is important because there's different ways to parent. We all have our different ways of parenting. And then what we will do is we will go over the resources. We have a resource packet. We have a resource packet for you guys of all the different information that you can take home and either like study or implicate into your lives with your parent, with your life with. We have the last thing that we'll do is we'll give resources. We'll discuss the resources that we have in our community, and we'll give take-home resources that you can apply to your guys' lives, you and your children's lives, in order to prevent and to combat cyberbullying. All right, thank you.